For real. Oh shit. Sorry.
Oh,
It's recorded
wow.
right now. No. Hey y'all. It's Tavi, aka Tavi the Pony, coming with y'all with the mother freaking podcast for the Black stands in the Michael Jackson fandom. You feel me? So it's not just me, y'all. Okay, it's not just me. Who else we got up in here? Who next?
It's your girl Day, aka at That's for All Time. You already know who it is. Period.
Hey everybody, it's Vivi, aka Off the Wall Album. Period.
It's Jamila, aka at Def Jam, not like the company, don't sue me. So DEFJAHM.
I'm Jason, and my ad is Pink Prince, aka Nicki's best album.
Hi, it's Drea.
I'm JB, and my ad on Twitter is Stream Dangerous.
We honestly, truly just came here to talk to y'all. Well, okay, let me backtrack. This whole podcast came about because we just think that, Black stands' voices need to be heard. And it's like, okay, we have one, why not have two? But also make it all Black. You feel me? What's wrong with making it all Black? So we come to y'all today with a few things that we have seen around the fandom that we truly think that needs to be discussed. So first on the market, we got anti-Blackness / racism. So who wants to kick that off?
I'm gonna go ahead and say something because a bitch is tired. I'm tired. Like I just honestly don't get how we are all standing a nigga. We standing the nigga.
Mm-hmm.
But the people that are standing the nigga are racist. I honestly don't get how you can stand a Black man who was for Black people and you treat his Black stands like shit. It just does not make sense to me. And the fact that it comes so easily for them is really a problem. And I just hate the fact that whenever a stand does say something racist to a Black stand, it's really not addressed like it should be. And it's usually always coming from the big accounts, the advocate accounts that are annoying as shit, and they usually don't get held accountable for anything that they say.
We're always considered, bitter or mean or, oh, I didn't mean it like that, I meant it like this. No, you meant it like what you said, which was racist as hell. And it's really scary that it's some people in this fandom that are very bold with their racism. Very, very bold. And it really shouldn't be that way, because like what they said, you cannot be an advocate for a Black man. You cannot be a fan of a person of color and you be racist. It's kind of fucked up. Not kind of. It's fucked up. Period. Point blank.
And we created this shit. I don't want to hear nobody.
Period.
I just want to say I'm tired of educating y'all about like what not to say. Because it's like we give you reasons as to why you shouldn't say this thing, and then you're just like, oh, you could have told me that in the DM. Nigga, this is a public platform, and I'm telling you publicly why you shouldn't do that. And now you're upset. Now you're crying. Now you're sitting in the car crying. We got to figure out why the fuck. I mean, like, why this little Black girl told me not to say that? Well, bitch, I just told you. It's like, I don't know. I feel like since we've been home too, it's been getting worse because it's like, oh, everybody's at home. Let me just say what the fuck I gotta say.
They quick to call us a bully though.
It's always a bully.
We always get called bullies. I just don't get how we the main ones. That's first of all, the black fans are the funniest fans in the fandom. The black fans
Period.
are the most creative fans in the goddamn stand in the fandom. I don't understand how we make this shit live every day. Without us, the fandom would be so boring and tasteless and
No flavor.
uncreative
And repetitive.
and repetitive. Like we already repetitive because we don't get new shit. But imagine not having black stands in the fandom. Without us, y'all wouldn't be shit. So why do y'all treat us the way that y'all do and do not give us the recognition that we're supposed to have anyway?
Speaking of creative, why do y'all steal?
Mm. Mm.
I just always wondered that. Like, I'll be seeing
Mm-mm.
like the big accounts do a thing, and then I'm like, now I know I've seen this before.
Mm.
It's happened to me, child. It's happened to me with
It's happened to a
a
lot
lot,
of people,
a
though.
lot of people.
To
And
me,
everybody knows that I have my MJ Live account. Everybody knows that I make the MJ Live edits. I be making that shit live, actual live edits that sound like they are live. And then you got this one big ass account
Mm.
everybody knows about, that everybody is friends with. She went and she made her own live edit and got more recognition on hers than I got on mine. And I'm not trying to sound bitter. I'm not trying to sound jealous. Because at the end of the day, I saw her live edit and it wasn't touching any of mine that I've ever made at all. It's just the fact that I don't like how I, along with other black stands, start things and we make it good, and then we have other stands with big accounts who have the most recognition make a mediocre ass edit and then get hella recognition for it, like they started the shit.
MJJ for Casey's.
You've had that happen to you too, right? Like, did somebody try to like
Yeah,
kind of steal your idea?
I've made a few edits and I posted it on Instagram and Twitter, and I basically got attacked by half of the fandom. And a few weeks later, I saw it on someone else's page, and he got a lot of praise, and it didn't make any sense to me.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Okay, so we
That's
basically talking
why
about
I cannot stress enough, black creatives. Please watermark your material. Like, there's so many sticky fingers out here, and because we're so creative, people are watching us and they're trying to steal anything that they can. So just please take 5 seconds to, mark your work.
so we talking about hashtags and edits. Basically, black creators. Great. So glad we're on this topic because I have something to say. I do not, and I repeat, I do not like the negativity that I and the other women that have participated in my hashtag, the bullshit that we got, unnecessary. Okay, calling us stupid, ignorant, and just all of the above when you clearly could have said, oh, y'all use Nigger? I don't know about that. You could have said that and kept it pushing, but instead you wanted to be rude on top of that. That I don't like. I'm all about constructive criticism. You can give that to me all day long, but what you're not going to do is be rude to me while giving your criticism. You're not going to do that to me at all. When you do see your fellow black peers, creating shit like that, amp them up. Either, you amp them up or you give them that, constructive criticism and you move the fuck on. You don't subtweet. Shit, you could pitter patter in a goddamn group chat all you want to. We
And
only
there's
got
always,
each other, so.
Right, and there's always the option to keep scrolling. So if you ever feel yourself about to say something negative, just remember, Vivi told you to keep scrolling, okay? Okay.
There's also a block button and there's also a mute button that is available for everybody to use.
Period.
They not work all the time because you know Twitter be on some shit.
Right, I still be seeing links. Still be seeing links.
May not work all the time, but trust me, it works enough for you to not have to complain. Because I promise you, the people that you complaining to, aka us, do not give a fuck. We don't. So I'm just letting you know that right now before you waste your time in my mentions at any moment. I don't give a fuck.
Do you think they don't block or mute people because it's like, damn, like we're really like the creative forces within the fandom. If I block you guys, my timeline gonna be dead. But it's like I can keep my mouth closed. I don't get it.
That's what it is too. But then again, I like with me, if I see somebody blocks me, I block them automatically back because I feel like you do get those people that's like, okay, yeah, I blocked them, but you know, I'm gonna click on their profile just to see what they're doing. Like, no, if you block me, I'm gonna block you back so you can keep your word. You shouldn't be anything that I'm posting. And while I post good content and everybody is having fun on the timeline with my content, you can sit there, eat your food, and watch everybody else have fun while all you see is links on the timeline.
So yeah, like I was saying
Go ahead.
about y'all advocates. Y'all know which ones y'all are. The ones who just be having like mad numbers in your name. It'd be your whole full name as your ad. It'd be like NJJ Innocent at 777 Kit Tut. Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. I just want to, there's a lot of things that I could say. I'm going to start off with the fact that y'all donated pretty much half of your life savings towards the film. So a millionaire, let me remind you, a millionaire, a Jackson. I did not recall seeing any links towards like, you know, Black Lives Matter, any bail funds, any like, y'all probably did like a couple of retweets real quick talking about, here's how Michael is linked to like Black advocacy. I'm like, okay, people are dying.
All I know is when it comes to the advocates, I'm telling y'all do not have to waste y'all time arguing with people every single day. You don't. I promise you, you could argue with that person until they blue in the face. You're not going to change their mind. And I've had to learn that since I joined this fandom. Because before, I used to argue with locals like it was nothing. All the time. Stay arguing with locals on the timeline to defend this man. And then you gotta realize it's too many fucking people to be arguing with every day, and it gets tiring. And like, you don't want to deal with that. You come on Twitter to have fun. You come on Twitter to meet new people, interact, be creative and all that. You don't come on Twitter to argue every day. I don't. Y'all might like that, but I don't. So I just feel like you shouldn't judge people or question other stands, how much of a stand they are, because they're not defending this man enough for you. First of all, I don't owe shit to anybody. So if I rather celebrate this man's life by doing edits, talking about him on the timeline in a positive light, instead of arguing with locals every day about why his skin changed, or why his hair looked like this, or why he looked like this, or who think he did what. I'm not arguing with nobody about that. That's not what I'm here for anymore. So yeah.
And it's like, do you not get tired? It's pretty damn sad. It's pretty damn sad. And at this point, it's just like, okay, do you search up his name and look for comments at this point? Because
they do.
You should not go that hard day in, day out, 24/7.
I hate repeating myself. Hate it. I'm not doing that no more.
And what makes it worse, can y'all stop like looking up like Wade and Dan's and them's like pages and then screen recording it to give them the views and then sharing it to us? Because when I tell you, listen, when that movie came out, that was a really hard time for like a lot of us because we were like, it was like all of a sudden we were being swamped with a bunch of like false news and like all of the things that we knew was wrong. And suddenly we were like fighting against like everybody and their mama. People who didn't even see the movie but still wanted to have opinions. We were like arguing back and forth with them. And it's like all of that passed, and like despite everything, his legacy has been going strong. People have been like regaining like their appreciation for him. But it's like y'all still here following this man, adding these people all the time, giving them the views that they would have never gotten in the first place. And you're sharing it to us, talking about, oh, look at how he dances, look at him go, look at him dance. Like, girl, I don't want to see him dance on a beach. I'm tired of seeing this. Girl, I can barely even watch the I'm a Slave for You video because of him. I can't even listen to Gone. Like, I'm tired of seeing that. I'm tired of seeing Wade in the Water. I don't care.
Everybody tired of seeing him, bro. It's just like y'all wanted them to go away so bad. Y'all keep talking about him.
Like, you're doing the court thing, that's different. But when you're talking about his whole life, I don't care.
Anything random that we have not put down that we want to talk about if it came to our heads? Anything that y'all seen this week?
I've mainly been seeing like song recommendations.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them been terrible, but I just noticed a pattern. But like some of these ratings have been so odd to me.
Are you talking about the one who's rating the albums?
It wasn't just them. I've seen a few where I was just like, I understand maybe like things like Invincible or Dangerous or Off the Wall or maybe any of the Jackson albums. Maybe those aren't like what you're into, but it's like I kind of want to know why.
Yeah.
It's like, why are the more poppy albums, why are those like fine? I don't know. It just seems weird to me.
I just don't like how when we do have those conversations about album ratings and stuff, it's like you can never dislike anything that this man ever did.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, people have opinions. Last time I checked, when I stand this man, I did not sign a contract saying that I was obligated to like every single song this man put out or every album that he put out. If the bad album is not at the top of my list, it's not at the top of my list.
Off the top of my head.
So,
Definitely top of mine.
So what are you gonna do about it? And are you gonna dance for it? It's just that simple. Like
imagine the album's ratings there. Child.
If I think that the bad album is not his best, then it's not his best to me. I don't know what to tell you.
If I also think the History album is not fully the album for me because I don't like how it's being used, that's my prerogative. That's my business.
If I say this song skip, it's a skip.
Let's circle back around to Bad Era and how majority of this fandom.
Oh, you mean Light Skin Thriller?
And over praises that era. And it's just like, me personally, I'm gonna, see how I feel and talk my talk regardless of anybody's, comfortable or not. But don't, shush me up because it's gonna happen. I really do think that this fandom overly sexualizes and overhype that era to the fullest. And if you don't see it, you're blind. You're blind.
Yeah, I just saw a comment the other day saying Bad Era was his best look or best. I was like, okay.
He ain't look that different from, all right.
This fandom uses the Bad Era in every single fan fiction you read, in every edit y'all make, in every aesthetic look that y'all want to go for. The bad
It's
era
bad.
is mainly the one used, and it's mainly the one used by white people. Why? Because it's the light-skinned man that they all want. That's what it is.
Child, these folks want Michael to be white so bad, and it's
But
just
it
like,
is. Piggybacking off of what Mila said about the way she doesn't like history isn't at the top because of the way it's being used. I hate how whenever something tragic happens, mainly for Black people, the white people are always using the history album as a way to it's just, I feel like it's so disrespectful to me because it's like if I see they don't care about us post again, like I'm tired of seeing the shit. I'm tired of it. Like, okay, we get it. Yes, the song is for us, not meaning you whites. It's not for y'all. The song is for us. In that song, he was not talking about y'all. He didn't give a fuck about y'all in that guy. He didn't give a fuck about us. He did not say that they don't care about whites. He said they don't care about Blacks. And that's how I don't give a fuck what white man you saw in that jail video. I don't give a fuck who you saw in there. He was being nice. He was not talking about y'all. Stop claiming a song that was not made for y'all. Stop claiming an era that was not made for y'all. Stop claiming an album that was not made for y'all. Because let's be real, that whole album was him coming at every white person he could think of. And that's all I got to say on that.
And that's
Also,
that.
history is not the only, nor was it the first pro-Black album ever. It is not. There are so many more. If you don't even want to go too far, Janet Jackson is right there.
Exactly.
She is right there. You listen, it's not hard to say, I don't know much about Black culture, and I don't care to venture too far from Michael. That's all you have to say.
All you have to
But
say.
what you shouldn't do is like erase every other Black person and their contribution to like anything in life just because you stand the main one. You don't gotta do that.
It's like he has to be involved in everything. He doesn't have to, because first of all, y'all involving him in everything is kind of the main reason why y'all always have locals up y'all ass. Like if y'all
How people involve him in entrapments, I'm like, yo, not entrapments, entanglements, and I'm like, yo, it is 2020.
Exactly.
Anyway.
It's just very annoying how they have to involve him in every single situation that happens on the timeline. And then they cry and they talk about how they're getting bullied by locals and they have to try and educate locals on shit because they inserted Michael into something that did not have anything to do with him.
Circling back on entanglements, this is never going to go away, but fans thinking they know every single fact and every single you already know every single fact about his relationship.
I'm not trying to
That Maya Angelou.
Please do not get me started on these bitches because I will. Tommy, I will.
I'm sorry. I just hey, look.
They got tea. Bitch, what tea did you get? Please tell me when you ever sat in front of this man and he told you what the fuck he did. Please tell me, because I really would like to know.
Oh my God.
This man never ate pussy again. Bitch, how would you know? How would you know?
You guys think he ate pussy? You guys think
somebody
he
said
was
he never
nasty
ate
in
pussy
bed?
before. Somebody was like, he never ate pussy before. Why would he? How would you know?
How would you know?
How would you know?
How would you know?
Oh my God! Stop saying Michael smoked weed. He didn't smoke weed.
Oh my
He would never do that.
Because Karen said so.
Please, he blew.
He never cursed. No.
I don't think
Why?
people realize this man was a nigga, bruh. Don't get it.
45 years of crying over Diana to only like white women, apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently.
That pisses me off when we get on the topic of his relationships. And okay, yes, he did marry 2 white women, and I will not stress this enough. He married those white women because he knew that he could do whatever he wanted when he was with those white women, because both of those white women let him walk all over them, and they still went back to him. But let's be honest, if he was married to a black woman, he would have known way better. He would have known better. And you know why he would have known better? Because the black woman that he dated, we really know nothing about. That means he probably most likely respected their wishes of being private, or he ain't want everybody in his business when it came to the black woman that he was actually with, which is good, because then we don't have any bad press about us. Let's really think about it. He married 2 white women, so much bad press about them, but you don't see no bad press about any of the black women that he dated. And we don't even know who the hell he dated.
Well, you know, one, she ain't got all the screws in, but let's not.
Yeah.
We don't know about her.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about
Man.
that. And I just don't like how it's like, you see all the music videos that he has. What white love interest do you see?
His white.
Not a single damn one.
I remember there was a whole argument on the timeline from black stands. Y'all know who the hell those black stands were, saying that he was, I guess, colorist or anti-black, or saying that he didn't love black women and he only used us for aesthetics.
Oh, I didn't. Oh wait, I think I've seen it. Yeah.
It was a whole argument on the timeline about it, and I was just like, "You've been a stand for this long, and you mean to tell me that you still think that this man did not love or appreciate black women as much as he talked about it?" Because just because he didn't marry a black woman does not mean that he did not love black women. I don't get where that logic comes from.
He didn't even have a love interest for black or white, so I'm like, that would have been the opportunity for him to do that, but he didn't even do that.
Exactly.
Oh, and adding on to what you saying, they stop doing monkey see, monkey do on people's posts. All right, if that's not how you feel, and that's not your intentions, and that's not how you think, don't be like, okay, yeah, period, and no, baby, because you know that's not you.
Don't. A lot of stands have been switching up because they want to be friends with these other stands and they want to try and fit in. You know, the shit that they're saying, who was not saying it before. So don't say it now, or don't kiki about it now, or like it and retweet it, quote it, whatever you do. Don't do that now because they're your friend and you want to fit in and you like how edgy they are. Don't do that, because we all know how you was before they got here. I'm tired of seeing the topic of Lisa on my fucking timeline too.
Me too.
Tired of seeing it.
I really see her because I muted her name.
I blocked her on Twitter. I muted her name, and I blocked all her stands. Anytime I see a profile with Michael and Lisa at Neverland, you're getting blocked. Anytime I see Lisa, you get blocked. I will block every single Lisa account that I can until I cannot see the shit no more. I'm tired of people talking about her.
How did you guys feel about the stands who bashed the understands for sending condolences to Lisa? Because that day was hell. Like, my timeline was inflamed.
I only saw one person that had a problem with it, and I just don't get it.
Yeah, I'll say that, like, I'll admit, I don't like that woman. I don't like the legacy of the family. That child had nothing to do with whatever was going on with the legacy of the family. He had nothing to go, he had nothing to do with anything. He was just here, and unfortunately, he took his own life, and we as people should be able to send condolences to people, even if you don't like or agree with them. Because keep in mind, we don't personally know, like, these people. They never personally attacked us.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, obviously, if somebody is going through such a tragic thing, literally losing their son, of course you're going to send condolences. Like,
Yeah.
who
That's
would
just
just be
basic
like,
human empathy.
like, did you expect us to be like, LOL, her son died? Like, what were we about to do? Just leave it alone? No, that's a heavy
Mhm.
topic.
Right, because at the end of the day, we're all still human beings and we all still feel certain things when it comes to, death and mourning,
Mhm. Definitely.
I also feel like we go so hard about people making fun of death when it comes to our fandom as a whole. I wouldn't want to do that. That it would be very hypocritical of us to treat that situation like how locals would treat us.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
we talk about how nobody should make fun of death, nobody should treat death lightly, and I feel like you should just basically practice what you preach. She lost
Yeah.
a son. I can't stand that woman. I don't like her. I don't like what she stands for. I don't like anything about her. However, her kid has nothing to do with what she did with Michael. And
Mhm.
I also don't like how stands were making posts inserting Michael into what happened to her son.
Yep.
I've seen a couple posts saying that, oh, your stepdad loved you. Mind you, that's not his stepfather. But regardless, anytime there is a major death, somebody's always inserting Michael into the mix
Yep. That's a
to
whole
get,
different problem right there,
to get likes
child.
and retweets. And to see that that day when it was announced that he took his life, I didn't like how that played out either.
Mm-hmm.
They even tried it with Naya.
Oh yeah, with Naya too.
Really?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I didn't see that. Oh, wow.
But
Yeah, I didn't
Oh,
yeah.
with
see
like the
that on
smooth
my
criminal thing?
timeline.
Yep.
Of course.
Wow.
It was everywhere. It was everywhere with Kobe. Like I saw nothing but Michael on the timeline on Kobe's death. That was just so.
What? What they said. He has nothing to do what Lisa has done, what Michael and her have been through, family legacy, none of that. So if a fan wants to say, "Oh damn, I'm so sorry about that," and prayers to Lisa, then by all means let them. You is not their mama, alright, and you're not gonna pull up and come slap them or do whatever the fuck, cause you're not. Just let the people do what they want to do. They're not being disrespectful, so let them do what they want to do.
It's just what I'm confused about is that people treat this relationship like it lasted over a decade. I don't think people realize how short that relationship was, and for it still to have so much effect on 2020, it just confuses me.
Man, I don't think that shit ever gonna die. I think the newer fans come, and every single year we get new fans in this fandom. It's always gonna be another reoccurring topic. It's never gonna die ever.
Yeah,
ever.
you're right. You're absolutely right.
I just
It's
like
like,
I don't like people that are like, y'all have no reason to hate her, or y'all hate her because she didn't give him children. Look, first of all, I'm all for your body is your body and you do what you want with it. I'm all for that. Her body is her body and she could do whatever the hell she want with it. My problem is not with her not having his children. My problem is what she did after they got a divorce. You go on multiple interviews just to talk about this man, only to lay up with him.
Mm-hmm.
Probably whoever else you were with during the time.
Oh.
Let's not be. We're all grown here.
Yeah.
Treat her like she's grown.
That whole "I hate Michael" press tour that her mama did afterwards was just child
Unnecessary. And it's
yeah.
more necessary because he wasn't talking about her. He ain't give a
Sure
fuck.
wasn't. All right, moved on and had a kid and everything, child.
Yeah.
Right. Like what?
I just don't get how this man can move on with his life, have his children, and her and her mother are still over here harping about him while she's still secretly going to see him. And then now, years later, they're not even speaking anymore. They're not married anymore. They've moved on with their life. Why can't the stands do the same? Why is it an ongoing argument about who loved who, how much he loved her, how much she loved him, why they should have stayed together? Well, guess what? They didn't. They didn't. So the marriage lasted for what, 2.5 years? A year
A
and a half?
sneeze and a cough, child. A sneeze and a cough.
The marriage did not last that long for this to be this long of a conversation to have. Period.
And it made me uncomfortable when she popped back up after he passed away. And once these interviews with Oprah, like she was just there for the past decade of his life. She wasn't even there. The last decade of Michael's life, Lisa was nowhere to be seen, found, heard of. Ooh.
My thing is, if the family isn't talking about her, nobody else should.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that simple. She ain't really contribute anything.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
But moving on.
So we have a fellow stan. She is called Peach, and her @ is PeachXBlues. If you guys want to go at her or see her content, she makes content for the fandom. Specifically, she takes Michael's videos and basically restore the quality. You know, simple, cute. We eat it up. We love it, and she's so nice, so sweet. She always give us content. So the reason why we're talking about her today is because she, till this day, my add, she has been getting hella threats. She has been attacked numerous of times from black stans. She just basically just been getting very shit on. And me, just the whole podcast, we don't condone that, and we don't like that. We were also in her defense, and I've talked to her one-on-one, and all of this, what we're about to, share with you guys, we have been given the okay to do so. So, let's start from the top. So basically, one day she told the fandom that she was going to drop this video edit for us, and we was excited and everything. But the problem is that the account MJJ4K and their little posse of people or whatever decided to attack Peach. She said that they are not directly affiliated with the podcast, but they would, like things that's targeted with Peach and quote unquote exposing threads about Peach as well. And honestly, truly, the fact that all of this started, to me, honestly, it seems like a bit of jealousy, because I'm noticing that, the fandom loves Peach and, her content. I don't really know much about MJJ4K. I do know that they also do restored videos as well, and they have claimed that Peach has stolen their ideas, try to, copy them. But my thing is that you cannot copy something that has already been there. Okay? Sonny has already, gave us these plethora of videos of Michael. So all Peach and you guys are doing are just, making the quality even better. Basically, in March of this year, she was planning to release a restored version of Bad, and everybody, was hype about it, things like that.
There we go again,
and
causing problems.
and things like that. And then she released a teaser, and like I said, people loved it. And then out of nowhere, MJ4K, wants to attack her with a public statement, quote unquote, and saying that she was copying their roadmap. And it's really funny to me because what roadmap did you pave? What is there? I didn't know, you were the king of restoring versions of music videos. Do you get paid for this? Why are you going so hard? They told her that, excuse me, her stuff was half-assed. It was horrible. And to top everything off, Peach has never attacked them, has never came at them sideways. I have never seen any tweets of her, being hostile and things like that towards them. But yeah, and she said during those public attacks, they got a burner account to call her and her fellow friends apes. So that honestly circles back around of racism in this fandom. And that is very, very apparent in this fandom. And you cannot turn a blind side. I'm definitely not turning a blind side anymore. You just can't. It's evident. It's right there. And if you see it, it would be great. I don't care if that's your mutual. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Wrong is wrong. Racism is wrong. So you have that ability to correct it. Period, point blank. All right. So they have a Discord server, and that's where all of their followers, MJ4K's followers, and the podcast that I don't know if it's affiliated with them, but yeah, all of their followers, they have this little, I don't know what to call it really. It's like a little chat where they all talk and things like that, and we have proof. We have the receipts to back everything up.
I think it was a Discord.
Discord. All right. So yeah, a Discord, and we have everything on file. And honestly, truly, majority of the comments on there, it's very, very graphic and very, very horrible. There is some advocates on there on the podcast that when there's racist comments or racist sayings being said, they do not say anything at all, which is pretty sad on their part, because you can't be friends with these people and be Black yourself and not say, hey, yeah, we could joke, but let's not be racist about it, or just keep those quote unquote jokes. They ain't fucking jokes, honestly, but jokes to yourself, because I'm uncomfortable, and I'm pretty sure my fellow Black people that are in this Discord is uncomfortable too. So there was none said about that.
I was personally shocked seeing them make racist jokes against Michael, considering that's the only Black man they really care about.
And to really, honestly, I don't think some fans care about him being Black. They don't care about him being Black. They don't care about what he did for us. They just don't care about anything associated with African American. I don't think. I think they only care about the other things that he's done. Of course, all the humanitarian things that he did, and all the pettiness. Just him. Period. But anything Black, oh no, I don't think they want nothing to do with that at all. So that's where I truly think that's where that stems from.
I
I
feel
don't
like
think they give a fuck.
they only bring up him being black when it's convenient for them.
Mm-hmm.
If they're trying to get a hit tweet, if they're trying to go against another stand to prove which fave is better, they'll pull the black card. Like, yeah, he's a black man and he accomplished all of this. You really honestly don't give a fuck. You just want the recognition. Because I've seen stands who will, let's say, try and say, oh, he was the first black man to do this, he was the first black man to do that. But how can you praise him for being a black man and doing this when you can't even treat common black people with as much respect that you claim to be treating him with? And I just feel like when they were talking about him in that Discord, it was very disrespectful because some of the comments, I saw the comments from that Discord, and I'm like, y'all would never say that out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Out loud. Like, and I'm sure they were probably looking real stupid when those screenshots came out of them talking about Michael and talking about other stands.
Rafe, R-A-F-E. And his comment was, make Jackson white too. In fact, make Michael Jackson white. This is what God said around the late 80s. That's not cute. That's not cute. All right. You might want
I
to
think he even joked about accusing him of being a pedophile.
Mm-hmm. And rape too. I think I just saw that. Like, what makes this okay? Because this is a private chat? No. Not at all. Like, come on. You have to do better.
I feel like if you're willing to make jokes like that, I don't give a fuck if you were serious or not. I don't care if you were just being funny. If you're able to make jokes like that against your fave, you're not really a stan. And that's the only time I would really ever question anybody being a stan, when you make comments like that. Like, make Michael Jackson white, make pedophile jokes, make homophobic jokes, transphobic jokes, like anything like that. Like what are you doing here? Seriously, if that's the stuff that you can say in private, that's how you've been feeling. That's how you and all your friends have been feeling. So why are y'all standing? Like, I'm honestly not getting it. If that's how y'all feel.
He even made jokes about his drummer. Like, what his drummer got to do anything? Like, about him apparently being a scammer, which I don't know about him being ill, which I still didn't know about. But it's like, for what? Like, where did he ever get into the conversation?
And it's just plain out offensive. Period, point blank. And everything is documented. I see all names, so you can't say you didn't do it because I see you. We all see you. It's you can't call yourself, a fan, and in the same breath disrespect everything that Michael has, stood up for, and then some. It's pretty fucked up. 100%. And all of this is bullying. Straight grade A bullying. 100%. And I don't fuck with that.
Borderline harassment.
At this point.
Also stalking.
I don't get how they still getting views on their stuff. Because even after that whole entire incident went down, people were still watching their content and using their content, liking and retweeting their content, and still keeping their followers. I'm very confused as to why that was still going on.
Because apparently hatred towards Black people is fine around here.
Especially Black women.
I think that us Black stans, and specifically Black women as a whole, we aren't, I wouldn't say protected, because it's the fucking internet. We don't have to be protected, but it's just the amount of hatred and the amount of disrespect that Black people get in any fandom, honestly, truly, is pretty damn sad. And it's especially sad when the person that we all love is a person of color and he's Black.
Yep, a Black man. Now, would you say that we are the minority in the Twitter stan world of Michael Jackson, Black women? Do you
Hell
think
yeah.
we're maybe the lowest percentage of that people that takes up the fandom?
I can't tell because I don't talk to old people, so I don't know how they got it set up.
And every single day I keep seeing that, you know, some people are all Black, and I'm just like, damn, you sure don't
Right.
I be thinking that
Listen.
these fans are Black. Then when they post that picture, I be like, oh,
oh,
you're not Black.
Personally, maybe it's because, like, well, in my control, I mainly follow like Black female stans. I usually don't see a lot of males except Jason. So I don't know, like percentage wise, like who's like well, definitely there's way too many white people, but I'm not sure like what the whole percentage wise is. Like I want to assume there's more of us out there somewhere who's still in the sunken place, and I'm just looking for them.
I think the biggest accounts, of course, are usually ran by white women and white men in the fandom, which I'm not saying that's a problem, but it's just unusual.
It's a problem.
Yeah,
It is a problem.
Well, I just want to outright say it, but okay, Vivi, you're right.
no, it's very much a problem when a Black man's legacy is protected only by like white people in social media, and they have the say in what gets like viral and what doesn't. That's a big problem.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad that we have accounts like the Black MJ Legion, because the reason why that account was made was because it was meant to bring us all together. And I'm glad that it's getting the recognition that it deserves. I'm glad that we're getting more followers on it. I'm glad that people are interacting more on it. But I wish we had more accounts like that. Because that not only like shows how big we are in the fandom, but we need more accounts like that that can show off creativity too. Like we had a Michael Stems account. I haven't seen that account on the timeline in a while, but that's ran by a person of color. We had the MJ Lives account. We got the Black Legions account. We got the 70s Michaels account. I feel like we need more accounts ran by Black stans to showcase how much we contribute to the fandom and to connect us. That's why I like how we do these hashtags, because when we were doing the Niggas for MJ hashtags, it was a lot of Black stans that I've never seen before. And I followed every last one of them.
I was finding out people was Black and I didn't even know.
Exactly.
What I was gonna say was that, like, I understand how frustrating it must be to like try to start your own type of account when it's like clearly the big ones, they might not give you like they might not promote your work as much as like how they would promote their own stuff. But I think people could still like at least give it a try. Like, I don't know. Just try something different. Make it Black, make it fun. Let's have fun.
Yeah, that's why I would love to do a hashtag where it's just like we just promoting only Black. I mean, we did have the Creatives for MJ hashtag, which I want to bring back because I really want to promote everybody's work. If anybody has an account that they want to promote that's Black related or ran by a Black stan, we can promote that. It's just like so we can connect everybody, basically.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Y'all are amazing. Thank you for the feedback. Well, give us feedback. Is there any last words that anybody would love to say to the people?
No, but for real, if you're listening to this, like somehow, some way, reach out to one of us. and like DM us. Let us know what we should talk about for the next episode because I have no idea what we're gonna talk about next. So
we'll talk about anything, child.
yeah, but let us know.
Like if you want us to talk about anything, we will talk about anything. Tell us seriously. We'll talk about it because everything needs to be talked about.
Period.
Get ready.
And if there is something that you've seen on a timeline or anything like that that you personally don't have the confidence to, say or to, air out, DM one of us if you want to. If you feel comfortable of doing that, then by all means, please do that. You are not alone. And I'm not saying that cringy way, no corny way. But seriously, we are in this together. We only have ourselves. We only have us to defend us. So please, we are always here for y'all.
And anybody who has any negative comments, let me tell you this. We don't give a fuck.
You can kiss the blackest part of our ass. Okay.
My final note will be my favorite quote from Rihanna, because I'm black, bitch.